You are going into another new year and a new month. The question is this now: how much plan have you drafted? How much plan do you have? And what are the areas of your life that you need to become intentional about? Number one, you need to be intentional about your spiritual life. You need to be intentional about your financial life. You need to be intentional about your career, your business. You need to be intentional about your family. You need to be intentional about your health. You need to be intentional about your relationship with people and all the rest of them. These are areas of lives and so on and so forth. You need to become intentional about. But the question is this now: are we truly intentional about this in such a way that should make it work? Are we really intentional about these areas of life? Now, in drawing plan, what we may call strategy, the word strategy is a military term. And the word strategy brings three things to quest. Number one, time. Number two, act. And number three, the mission. I hope somebody could just be writing these things down for every other person joining in. It will help. It will also even help me. Just be writing it down in the comment section. Number one, time. Number two, the act, the action. And number three, the mission. Now, the first of it, I'm going to take it from the last, mission. For strategy, there's going to be a mission. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to achieve. This is what we want to become. This is what we want to go. Then the next question that should come to your mind after talking about mission, the next thing that comes to your mind should be what? What's the plan? How do we get it done? How do we actualize this thing within such and such period of time? The military will say they are going to this place for extraction. They need to extract this person from this point at such and such a time to such and such a place at such and such a time. Everything is placed by timing. Now that means that if you put mission and no time, it's not a strategy. If you put mission and no activities or plan, it's not a strategy. If you put time and no mission, it's not a strategy. Yeah. So for strategy to be effective, these three things must play out. So you need to ask yourself right now, what's the mission for August? What's your mission for August? See, the more you become intentional about your life, the better you stand a chance to become successful. I repeat, the more you become intentional about your life, the better you become in standing the chance of being successful. You don't sit down waiting things to happen like that. No, there ain't no word like happenstance. Happenstance. No, there ain't no word like that. You've got to sit back and draw plans, becoming intentional about your plan, strategy. Now, in these things, you must understand there are two areas, 2 points you need to consider while drawing your plan. Or let me say this, before I go into that one, let me just talk about one important thing you must understand in drawing your plan, which is what? Activities and time and mission, right? Activities and time and mission. You have a mission and you have a particular defined mission. Now, talk about the activity and timing. Now, you make a plan for tomorrow in your present because your yesterday was defined or known. You make the plan for the future in your present simply through the knowledge of the past. I hope somebody can write that down. You make what? You make what? The knowledge. If you can quote this particular thing very well for me, that would be nice. Now, if you just put it down, put it there, put it down there in the statement. Come on, hello, put it down in the statement. I need 3 of you, 3 persons to write it down in the comment section right now. At least minimum 3 persons. If you're listening to me, right now, write it down. If you're listening to me, if you are listening to me, write down what I say. You make plan for the future in your present when the past is known and clearly defined. You make plans for the future. You make plans for the future in your present when the past is clearly known or defined. So you don't just sit back and wait for things to happen. No, You don't just sit back and say like, okay, it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. It's going, no. You've got to become intentional about it. You have to become. You have to become. So that's beautiful, Feels. Wow, I can see that comment. Just drop in your comments quickly. And those of you who are watching right now on the YouTube channel, I'd like you to drop the comment right now. Drop that quote. Drop that quote. And those of you watching from audio platform, drop that quote. Simple. Now you make plans for the future in your present through the knowledge of the past. That is to say, if you want your plan for August, ask yourself, what happened July? What happened in the month of July? What were the situations or what are the events of things since January down to July? What were the things that happened throughout January to July? I need to know, because the knowledge of these things helps you plan. You don't just throw a plan. No. You need to ask yourself, what are the major things? What were the striking things? Oh, good. I can see the comments. Drop in your comment. Those of you watching on the YouTube, drop in your comment. Do you understand me? So the point is this now. Ask yourself, January down to this particular month you are in right now, what happened? What were the events? What were the sequel of activities? The things that happened this year? What were the things that have been happening? Because the truth is that life is in a transition. It continues. There's a trend. So if you want it to become, you want to be favored, you've got to understand the trend. And those of you who trade Forex will understand. You need to look at the pattern of the trades. That will tell you, okay, if I place my trade this way, I believe, following the fact that this pattern has been going like this, I think it's going to go bullish, or I think it's going to go bearish. Are you all with me? So the question is this now. Take a stock of this year. Take a stock of it. Now, in taking stocks of this thing, three things comes into play. Three major areas comes into play: spiritual, politics and government, business and economics. I repeat: spiritual, politics and government, business and economics.